Hey, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to Kai Dragon Gardening and Cooking channel. It is still very beautiful out here, and as I promised, we're going to talk about water conservation. Water conservation is one of the most important things that you can do as a gardener, because sometimes weather does not cooperate and we get a lack of rain. There's a lot of different ways to water conserve. A lot of times they'll say don't water your grass and lawn. But since we are a food producing garden, where we try to produce our food, can it, utilize it, because you save so much money having a garden. Over time, you save lots of money. I can't tell you how many tomatoes we have used over the summer to make goulash, to make spaghetti, to make taco meat and have tacos with that. Or like today, I had a lettuce and sausage, egg, cheese, and tomato sandwich. It's really good, because when you think about it, how much money you spend for just a little deal of tomatoes at the store, it adds up over time. So we have done a lot of fresh garden stuff here, and one of the things that we look at is we don't water our grass. We don't water our front lawn. I know a lot of people like watering their grass, and I've even got folks that water their lawn 3 or 4 times a week, and they flood it because it's not native to their area. And that's one thing to consider. So that's part of the reason why water gets burned down so much, is we use too much water as a whole for lawns that are not native to our climate. They may need more water because they can't handle the heat. But anyway, we're going to talk further about conservation. So one of the first things you can do is use mulch. You can use cedar, you can use pretty much anything as long as it's not dyed. Dyed mulch has a risk of the chemicals in it seeping, unless on the package, you have to look real close, there's a council sticker on it that will tell you this is approved for garden use, that you can use with your plants, which means the ink from the mulch will not seep down into the ground, which is also very important, especially when you're doing that. I prefer cedar because cedar also has a little bit more use to it. It also can repel parasites and certain bugs, because the smell of cedar just detracts a lot of particular bugs. So it's great use. Problem with that is you're going to spend a fortune on cedar. Cedar is probably one of the most expensive mulch you can have. So the alternative to that is using straw. Straw is the cheapest. You can find seedless straw, usually in stores, nurseries. There's also other types of straw. I know some people use sugarcane straw, some people use there's several different types that you could look up that you might have access to, depending on your region in the world. Like we don't have access to the, I think it's like sugarcane straw that a lot of people use. I know one of the gardeners that I used to watch a long time ago before I started doing that, down in Australia, uses some stuff that we up here in the United States do not use. But you can get pretty good access to straw, and the nice thing with straw is it's biodegradable. It will degrade, and you can put it in the soil as a substitute compost at the end of every season. You can also leave it in the ground around your strawberries and other things that need that extra protection during the cold winter months. So straw is like one of my favorite things to use, and it's the cheapest. I think we can get a big bundle like this for about 10 bucks. 11 bucks, depending on inflationary prices. I think it's around there. Prices are still going up, so be mindful that it's changing. But what we do is we just make sure we have a layer about this much in our garden bed, and all the plants have already been up. If you got seedlings, what you want to do is you want to leave an opening for the seedlings until they pop up, or do a very thin layer like we did with the carrots, because we want to make sure that the carrots still pop up and do their thing, because when the seed germinates, it still has to push through all that resistance. It has to push through the dirt. It has to push through the straw. So you want to make sure that it's good there. The other way you can conserve water On top of those two is rain barrels. If you can set up gutter system to attach multiple rain barrels to your gutter system, there is rain barrels that keep mosquitoes from breeding within the water, and then all you'd have to do is gravity feed the rain barrels with your hose, attach it to it, and you can water all your plants. It's a great way to preserve, and sometimes the rainwater, as you can tell, you know, on a rainy day, weeds suddenly pop up. It's because it's pulling a lot of nutrients from the sky and coming down into the soil, which is great. So that rainwater itself has a lot more nutrients than just your basic tap water that you get out of your house. So that's the thing with the rain barrels, is it is costly, but sometimes if you look in your city ordinances, you might get reimbursed. A lot of cities are now reimbursing people a percentage of their money to put in rain barrels. So that's another option. I know one of our options that we're looking into is set up a gutter system around our garage, and we'll set up 5 or 6 rain barrels there, and then we'll probably go on our north side of our house and set up another system there. That way we can just attach them all together, and when the rain comes down, we get as much as we can. That's pretty much the best ways to conserve water that really, at least in my region, that you can do.
I also have another little tip as far as if you can't get enough straw, because sometimes the stores do run out. If you have trees that are real small in diameter and stuff, as long as they're not the nuisance trees that you cannot burn or destroy, some trees you can put through a wood chipper and make your own wood chips, and then put that around as mulch, and it can go back into the soil, because you can also use it in a compost bin, and it will help break down some of the stuff that you already have going, because there are 3 parts when you are doing composting that you have to have, and wood chips is one of the things that helps the other stuff to break down.
And that's a great pointer from Ann, my cameraman, as we're kind of going through this. And yeah, if you got a wood chipper, that is a great option there. I typically don't think about that much, because I know not everybody has wood chippers, but if you've got a woody area in your neighborhood, that is a good option if you are using a wood chipper. But yeah, that's the best ways I can think of, at least in our region. But yeah, all right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And be sure to check the channel, because YouTube has not been sending out notifications lately. I've got some subscribers that have noticed that they haven't been getting videos, so definitely check back. I'm trying to make sure that we have a video uploaded Monday through Friday. That is kind of the schedule. I'll probably make a banner at some point and kind of post the scheduling time on it. During the winter, it may slow down a little bit to 3 videos a week, just because wintertime you're not going to see as much action here, but there's a lot of behind the scenes that we'll still be doing. There's quite a bit there, but we'll probably have a Q&A later this year between me and Ann. We'll sit there and we'll kind of talk about some different things that we've gardened, just so people are interested. We can go through it. Anyway, peace.